Welcome back, everybody, to another episode or another session, I should say, of Earthdawn. Over here, streaming live to Twitch, and this will be cut up to go up on the normal channel because I'm back from vacation, finally. So,
Woo!
Had a good time, didn't you?
Yes.
I heard.
Yes, walked 20 freaking miles in about 2 days. So,
Very nice.
mostly uphill, and learned the definition of sea level. And
If anybody ever accuses you of skipping leg day, you can say, "I did leg week, bitch."
no, I can always just say I moved to Seattle. Fuck you. Because
it is a very slopey place.
Well, yeah, it's on a freaking mountain, essentially, it feels like. So
On the edge of one, yeah.
So it's like when we start off at the pier, where it's only 10 feet above sea level, and the apartment we want to check is like 290 feet above sea level. It's a noticeable difference.
Yeah.
If Dakota shows up, we're fucked.
Vancouver's basically the same thing. But then again, it's right across the river, and it's essentially just Canadian Seattle, so...
Canadian Seattle. Okay.
Well, you can practice. I think you can see the cities from each other. They're so close.
Possibly, but it was really cloudy.
And if you can't, then just barely not.
They'll tell you all about Seattle. I can tell you about Seattle during the break, because I know Krendar wants to jump onto the nerd train here and discuss.
Well, you can talk about Seattle first if you want to. I just wanted to have a little geek talk before we actually started to place it. Is all.
All right. Seattle was really great. It's a world difference than Oklahoma is.
Oh, I can imagine.
Because there's actual diversity there, which is great. And I just realized I made a vlog about this that's going up, but you know what? It's fine. Well, people who watch this don't watch my vlogs. People watch my vlogs, so. No, it's cool again. We haven't started yet. So, but yeah, it was a hell of a lot of fun. I love the fact that apparently you don't need an air conditioner there outside of 2 weeks out of the year. It doesn't get above like 70 some odd degrees usually. And so I'm loving the fact that I can wear a hoodie all the damn time and be outside.
Always a good thing.
Mm-hmm. And it was just really invigorating. And me and Bug are really excited about the move. And we want to be there now, but we're stuck until the end of next month. But we know where we want to live.
That's not too long, honestly.
No,
if it's only a month away, then that's getting excited time. So.
Yeah, it's just Bug has to keep going to the job. She hasn't told them yet she's leaving. So it's like every day you do nothing, and you're like, I could just be gone. I could leave. But
I could walk out any fucking instant I want to.
Yeah,
I dare you to give me shit. Today'll be the day, fucker.
Well, we have to wait till the 11th. Then she can go. Today could be the day. Today's the day. We just throw everything we want to take in the car and drive.
I will finish up the next couple of weeks, but I swear to God, you give me the slightest bit of shit, I'm gone right now.
Essentially.
You know what? There's a certain amount of stress relief in being at that point, because you know you don't have to take their shit anymore.
we have to till the 11th because of the contract with the...
I mean, after the 11th, but before the planned quitting date.
Oh, yeah.
There's probably going to be a week or two there where it's just like, the stress is gone because I know I don't have to take it anymore.
I'm imagining her last day is just going to be...
I actually had this mental image of her walking towards the door, boss being like, "See you tomorrow," and she's like, "Nope."
There'll be a lot of dumps on people's desks that day.
God,
office smells really odd this morning.
She'll make sure to have some ice cream due to her lactose intolerance, and boom.
Oh God,
nice. Yeah,
horrible.
You know what? But yeah, have her eat a lot of Dairy Queen soft serve. That'll push over the edge.
Oh.
Asparagus flavor.
Assholes walk out the door with her flashing. Yeah, pretty much is what I can imagine her doing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got that for now. But yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And one thing we were warned about was this thing called the Seattle Freeze. Because there's about 1,100 people moving into the Seattle area, that area of Washington, a week. So it's like a really huge growing area. And so to talk about, since there's a lot of people coming in and a lot of people leaving, Seattleites tend not to want to deal with new people. That's not very true. It was one of the nicest fucking places we were, and people were really excited for us to be moving there.
I think West Coast places in the States tend to be a lot more friendly than like Heartland and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Heartland's fake friendly.
Or not even trying to be friendly at all, one or the other.
Well, you get a lot of howdies and, this. I was happy to be in a city again where people just fucking ignored me while I walked past them. I didn't have to say anything to them. Also, I love their transit system because $5 a day got us unlimited travel on the light rails and the buses.
It's not bad, actually.
Very nice.
The system we have here, where I live in Ottawa, is a bit different. Actually, I think there's a day pass, but I don't know what it costs. But otherwise, it's like for the buses, you spend, I think the fare's about $3 right now.
Mm-hmm.
But that comes with a transfer that lasts for an hour and a half. So for that fare, you don't just get, I'm on this bus, then I get off the bus, then I have to pay again. It's like, I need to take 3 buses to where I'm going, but this $3 covers me for the next hour and a half, no matter how many transfers I use.
Nice. Yeah, there's a monthly pass there that's only like $30 a month. So,
or they're really pushing it to be card based now. You won't be paying cash or using paper passes or anything. But the card has a reader and it just automatically records the transfer time for you. So you just tap your card against the reader get on the bus, then that's it.
Ah, yeah, that's the same thing they have there.
And it's also proof that you've paid. So if
actually still have the card.
If the bus cops come along and ask for proof that you've paid, they can't. It's rock hard proof that you've paid. They can't just be like, oh, I don't know, that transfer looks funny to me or whatever. It's just nope, card says I paid. Go away.
I have a story involving the bus cops essentially. So the unlucky in my title, in my name, actually is what leads me to some of these weird, stupid events of like meeting you three and everything and knowing.
Yeah.
So we get there. My flight went from a 5-hour day to a 7-hour day, or a 12-hour day, because extra 7 hours added on top of it, because of one delay. So we get there at 9 p.m. when we were supposed to show up at 2 p.m.
Joy.
We get the bus passes. We get on there. We try to start going, and in comes the cops to check, all the passes. They come up and check, and apparently we forgot to boop it before we went on. Because you're supposed to boot before and after your ride
and after.
Yeah,
that's
to
weird.
Complete the transaction, to complete saying this is where you got off.
That's weird. I wonder why they want you to do that.
Yeah, they just do.
But whatever.
It's some liberal hippie bullshit.
Probably.
It
sounds pretty Seattle-ish to me.
It's called progressive.
Sorry,
but no.
That's what
he said. They come up. They explain to us. They take our IDs and scan it just so. In case anyone else goes this crap, they can know we were told about this. It's already been dealt with. Move on. The guy who scanned our IDs is from Oklahoma as well, and his aunt, he's this black dude, and his aunt was the first black superintendent of the Oklahoma public schools.
Cool.
So he gave me his name and his phone number, and I now have a contact if I want to work security on the bus, on the light rail and the buses.
Nice.
Cool.
I have a job offer already for that. So
accidental job. You accidentally the job offer.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that, man.
Yep. But
that's cool.
Yeah, that's Seattle, and I need to make sure to put a little jump in here so people know when to jump to the proper spot.
Might as well jump.
All right.
Click here to go to game and skip random ramblings.
Well, I'll put a little go to this time frame if you don't want to hear about Seattle. Anyways, so Friendar learned that we have some new, or is there some rules we have not been using properly?
Some potential rules. Yeah. Technically 3 quick points to make, but the first 2 will be pretty short.
Okay.
First thing is just a note to our audience, really, because, well, we've talked off camera about the first 2 points already. First point is I just recently discovered a few days ago that I've been doing shields wrong, because 4th edition changed how shields work, and I didn't realize that until just recently. Traditionally, in edition 1st, 2nd, and 3rd edition, shields just add to your armor value, so it's just straight damage reduction.
Okay.
In 4th edition, they changed it so that it doesn't add to your armor anymore, but now it adds to your defense values. So I'm going to need to adjust. I'm going to have 2 points less physical and mystic armor from now on, but 2 points physical and mystic defense higher. So it'll be harder to hit, but I won't soak as much. And that might potentially influence some gear choices for the other two in the future. Maybe, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe what Chris was at least potentially considering maybe a buckler, since it doesn't have any initiative penalty on it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's some nice shield options. Personally, mine's initiative penalty of 2, which is why I'm so slow. But that leads into our second point of discussion, which is initiative. Now we have been doing initiative wrong the whole time, but we had done it on purpose, knowing that we were doing it wrong because we're lazy. Technically, we're supposed to be re-rolling initiative every round.
I didn't know this, so mine wasn't being lazy. It was just being stupid.
We talked about it at the very beginning, but you probably just forgot since then. But anyways,
Probably.
we decided not to do that because why bother, right? Just keep it the same. Roll it once, keep it the same the whole combat. But I've discovered some rules recently that there are potential things that could make combat more tactical and more interesting based on this because of some more nuances to the thing that I didn't realize existed. So potentially from now on, what we'll be doing is what we're supposed to do is everybody declares what they want to do in very general terms, like not too specifically, but it might be like at the beginning of each round, Wyland might say something like, I'm going to shoot this guy with my bow. Or I'm going to use a talent to do something good for my friends. He doesn't have to say what talent yet. We're just giving general, vague intentions. Then we roll initiative. But part of the reason we would want to declare intentions first is because there are certain combat options and talents that can modify either your defense scores for the round or your initiative roll, such as, for example, we've seen people in the past use the aggressive attack combat option, which lowers your defense. You have to declare that before rolling initiative because if people beat you on the initiative score, they'll still be rolling against your lowered defense values.
Mm-hmm.
But then we roll the initiatives, and then you make the more specific declarations, like I'm going to use a talent. You get to say, that talent turns out to be heart, and they laugh. I'm doing that now. Now, part of the reason this could be more tactical is because the person who rolls the highest initiative score and goes first is going to have a good idea of what all the enemies are intending to do. So it might be something like, this guy over here is going to flee the combat while his friends continue to fight us, and he's going to run for reinforcements. But Wyland rolled a higher score than him because he's wearing light armor, and again, his decision to wear lighter armor and keep more nimble will pay off more with this system. Because he's been very insistent about wanting to do that.
Which
So-
I heartily endorse and support.
Exactly. So you'll see this guy at this point in combat, like basically you see that you can read his body language. He's turning and like he's going to start running away. And you have a feeling he's going for reinforcements. So you can be like, I peg him in the back with an arrow before he can get away. I go first, so I'm going to shoot him before he can get out. So that's one reason why that'll help and be more tactical. Another reason is there's a rule called reserving actions, which people who play in D&D might be familiar with, which is I'm not going to, like, I rolled a better initiative, so it's my turn, but I'm going to delay my turn with a trigger and say, like, let me give you an example. Let's say we're in a combat and there's an enemy mage. And the enemy's mage's declaration before rolling initiative is that he's going to cast a spell that'll benefit a friend of his. He has a buff spell he wants to use. So, but let's say Gregoria gets a lucky roll and beats him on initiative. So I'm going to say, all right, I'm reserving an action. I am going to wait until that guy casts his spell, and then I'm going to interrupt him and use my Dispel Magic talent. And basically, the instant his buff spell goes off, I'm going to immediately dispel it so he doesn't get any benefit out of it at all. The very instant. So that's an example of how that'll be tactically more useful. So that's something we could potentially start doing from now on. And also, there are talents that can boost initiative, and Grigori is planning to learn one, so that on a given round, if I hear this guy say, "Oh, I'm going to cast this buff spell on my friend," I can be like, "Oh shit, I had better use my talent that boosts my initiative score so that I can get the jump on him." Or maybe I choose not to in a different round because I don't feel it's as important that round. Because it's a talent that costs strain. I don't want to be spending strain every round just on the off chance that maybe I need to go first.
Mm-hmm.
The declaration system helps me read the enemy's attention and be like, "Oh, I need to get the jump on this guy right now." Okay. So that was item number 2. We can start trying to do that stuff in the future. Last thing I wanted to mention, and I hadn't told you guys about this ahead of time, so I wanted to give you guys a bit of a pleasant surprise potentially
You're
here.
pregnant. You're
Yeah.
pregnant.
Sorry, I should have told you earlier about that Dakota.
I was gonna go as
Anyway,
Dakota the father, but thank you.
You're welcome. Now, you remember in the past, I mentioned a couple times how I was avoiding teaching you guys everything about the game all at once because to not overload everybody, right? And then a few weeks later, I taught you about combat options. There was one last thing I was holding back, and now is the time to tell you about it because we're potentially going to be training very soon. And this has some bearing on that. There is a system in this game called Talent Knacks, which is extra little tricks you can learn to do with your talents, but you need to earn your way into it, which is another reason I didn't bother to bring it up before, because we weren't eligible for them anyway. But we're getting to the point where we're getting very close to eligibility for some of them, and or might be right at eligibility for some of them. And I thought you guys might be interested in hearing about some of that. So, for example, Wyland has Haggle, does he not?
He does.
What rank is that at, by the way?
He happens to have Haggle at rank 3.
Okay. Well, this is going to be a bit of a future thing to shoot for, but as an example, at Haggle rank 7, you can learn a knack called Covet Item, which will make the... I didn't write down all the stats of them, but the general idea is that you can roll Haggle against somebody to make them really, really want something you've got. I forgot to write down the rank on this one. There's a melee weapons knack that Kaja might be interested in. Actually, I see him messaging stuff. Is he there? I'm just not able to speak.
He's not, can't speak for a moment, but in terms of initiative, I'd be fine with the re-rolling, but maybe to make it flow better, only worry about preemptively saying what you're doing when it does anything to offer, mostly to save time and things where it's just whack, spell, arrow.
Well, yeah, that's part of the thing is when you're declaring your action, you're doing it in a vague term anyway.
Yeah.
Right? That sort of thing. But yeah, basically, what he's typed in there is generally the idea. Also, I wanted to add with the initiative thing, the GM can make things faster by, like, if it's a big combat, like, remember when we were fighting those 24 slavers?
Yeah.
Like a bunch of idiots?
Yeah.
But there was 3 distinct kinds of slavers, right? Stat-wise?
Yeah, there's 3 of them.
You could generally, as a GM, just be like, make one initiative roll for each group of them. So that way you're only rolling initiative 3 times, rather than 24 times. Anyway, so yeah, there's a melee weapons knack that Kaja might be interested in. I forget exactly what rank it is. I think it's rank 6 or 7, called Improvised Weapon, where he can pick up things like a table leg or like a pen or a fork, and still be allowed to use his melee weapons to attack with it.
Otherwise known as the Jackie Chan knack.
Essentially. And some other little examples, one that Grigori might be getting, at Astral Sight rank 7, there's a knack called Diagnose, where I could astrally view somebody's pattern and read it to get an idea of their general health. Anyways, that's just a little thing that's there, and might be interesting. Ash, I wanted to ask Chris, is Wyland's missile weapons, is that talent or skill?
That is skill right now.
It's a skill? Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's a missile weapons talent I noticed that you might enjoy at some point, but it can't do them with skills, it has to be talents. But
Right.
anyway. Also, a while back I mentioned the Ritual of the Ghost Master for remotely summoning trainers.
Okay.
That's a thread weaving talent neck that requires thread weaving at rank 7 to learn. So we could potentially benefit from that soon. But it's important to mention that this is all based on the companion book, which is currently not out for 4th edition yet. So everything I've just told you is based on 3rd edition knack rules. But I asked Josh about it, and it's going to be at least a few more months before 4th edition companion comes out. So I think if we're interested in this system, what we should do is just go by the 3rd edition for now and convert over later.
Yeah, we can do that. That's what we did before.
Exactly. And plus, we're going to be eligible for a lot of this stuff quite soon, and I think we don't want to have to wait extra months for no reason. Anyways, that's my preamble. I just want to let you guys know about that stuff. And the viewers, of course.
Make me open, y'all are masters.
Masters, well, that's going to be
episode
that'll be
session
12.
100.
That'll be a while.
Actually, at the pace you're moving, yeah, maybe about session 100 if we get to that. Which if we do, that will be the longest running campaign I've ever been in.
That'd be pretty cool, but I think we're moving at a decent clip overall, I'd have to say. The XP rewards have been pretty good.
The 8th session? About give or take. But yes. So let me mark down the time here. Right. I'm making sure to have time here so I can put up freaking little notes for people.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, because, some people just want to go straight into it. But anyways, so yeah, we have that. For the first combat, we'll test out the reroll initiative, see how well that works.
Yeah.
If it tends to stagger way too long, then we'll kind of rework that for ourselves.
Yeah, fair enough. That's why abstracting the roles for NPCs can help a lot too.
Yeah.
If you really want to make it faster, there's another optional rule suggestion of just taking the NPC's initiative step and having that be their initiative result. It's like, oh, you're initiative step 5, you go on 5.
Okay.
And then we're the only ones rolling. If you've got a bunch of guys and you want to make it real fast.
Yeah. Understandable. Except 3/4 of every session. Oh, God. Sadly, a little true, but that's his character. Okay.
3/4, not 2, but yeah, but he's the face. He's the social guy. It's his job. It wouldn't be fair to not let the troubadour do his job.
So if he's face, who's B.A. Baracus?
That's obviously Dakota.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Gunn. But all right.
Whereas, I guess I'm the lunatic character. What was his name?
Mad Dog? Or something?
Yeah. Mad Dog Murdoch.
Murdoch. Yeah.
I know in passing.
God, imagine if Murdoch was a mage. Oof.
Wild magic.
If he was a mage, he would be a Neithermancer, that's for sure, or an illusionist.
Or a guy who thinks he knows magic and just throws fucking fire at you. Like Molotov cocktail style fire.
That's half of the fun of being an illusionist is they just fuck with you. There's actually a combination of first circle illusionist spells that are specifically meant to mind fuck people. Because there's a spell called Ephemeral Bolt and True Ephemeral Bolt. They both look identical. It's basically just a magic missile spell. It's energy damage, right?
Yeah.
One of them is an illusion, and one of them is not. So he'd be like casting the illusionary ephemeral bolt at you, and then if you get suspicious and start thinking that, wait a second, this shit isn't real, then he throws the real one at you, and he's like, I just believe it. Oh fuck! Ow! Right in the face. That hurts. And then you go back to using the illusionary ones now that he doesn't know what to think anymore. Because I think the illusionary version does more damage, but yeah. Playing illusionist is just a big game of mindfuck. It's great.
Okay. So there's a motor in my head now.
Oh, sorry. Here, wait. Let me.
Wasn't me.
That was me. I'll mute the mic.
Is somebody mowing the lawn?
Airplane flying overhead.
Okay. Okay.
They're mowing the sky. Okay.
But okay, so let's get on to the game proper at 30 minutes in. Okay.
See, we really are like role playing now. They always do. They always do that too.
It's fine with me, you know, talking.
No, I like a little preamble and whatever.
Yes, and I was told once that people like us because we bullshit, as most people do at tables. So,
well, that's out the window.
well, I'm like, I'm fine with bullshitting at, you know, most table games. But, okay, so last time we left off, you guys had finally left the Bloodwoods.
Yay.
We did. Yay. We
And-
completed a mission.
Kaja is now holding on to a magical rose.
And most importantly, we're not dead anymore.
Cautious flower.
Anymore.
Yeah.
So the only
Actually,
two...
did his flower turn out to actually be enchanted? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's enchanted.
Ah,
It's not to wilt for a day or a year and a day.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
It's a hall pass. It's a hall pass.
It wasn't
to
like a
Bloodwood.
thread item. It was just a really long-lasting enchantment. Gotcha.
Yep. And you guys arrived at Eidolon. Yeah. So
we did. That is the last note that I have, is that we arrived at Ker Eidolon or Eidolon or Eidolon.
Yep. And then you were like, I'll look that up later. Bye.
No, I looked it up
Yeah.
beforehand. No, I was getting upset at
Yeah.
the fact that, let's see, 1, 2, 3. I have in my notes 4 times it fucking died on me. My internet died on me, so.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, that's right. Last
Mhm.
session, you were having terrible
Yes.
Yes, and that's why it's all in one session instead of multiples. And yeah.
Yeah, it was best just to get rid of
Actually, actually, 3 weeks later.
that. 3
Uh,
weeks later.
Not to wilt for a day. No, a year and a day.
internet.
There you go, Krendar's got it.
Which is a classic thing and you get in a lot of fairy tales, isn't it?
Actually, it's
Yes.
yeah,
This-
I
this-
guess.
Blah, blah, blah. A year and a day, whatever.
But
A lot
yeah,
of different things.
there's just a lot
classic.
of. I started noticing that a lot with Earthdawn doing a year and a day stuff too.
They do it a lot.
Like
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
is.
the
That's kinda
blood
like one of their
contracts.
things.
There's a few of those tropes too, like and you know how they make such a big deal out of names, like capital N names for things. That's another one of those things. It's like if you know something's true name, you have power over it. That's a big theme in Earthdawn as well.
Yeah. What
It's
is
it's in the game mechanics quite a lot.
what does Dakota get if he finds love before then? Well, depending on his.
It's like his bachelor rose. He has to give it away. He'll give it away. He'll give it away when he finally gets the Wyland Kaja fan fiction he's been dying for.
If he finds true love before a year and a day is over, he gets to become a real boy.
Yeah.
I'll just imagine
He
with the
won't be a
fanfic,
lizard anymore.
the stupid fan fiction of him trying to slide it into the freaking G string and watch it disappear.
I mean, it kind of is Beauty and the Beast. He is a lizard. We all know lizards aren't people.
Well, if no, he'll get to take over the gig as the Geico Gecko and have endorsement deals for the rest of his life.
Oh
Have
god,
you heard about Scrang Insurance?
the bear and the bard,
Nice.
the bear and the elven fair. I don't know.
I need to find a Pathfinder game so I can use my damn bear monk.
the bear and the elf most fair.
Okay, so you guys arrive there. I believe, as I said, you show up, and it is a care that was basically a fort, but it doesn't look like it's in the best kept of condition. It's starting to fall into a bit of ruin. Doesn't look like it's completely neglected, but just like they don't have enough people or funds to keep everything going.
Yeah, and maybe at this point the fort aspect of it is not as required as it used to be.
Yeah, but you're able to peer at it long enough, and you notice that there's Scrang and elves meandering about it.
That makes sense. That gelled with what we were told.
Yep, because that's what that one website told me that if I can find it again.
That's most of the popularity. Well, it's supposed to be most of the population of the area. Yeah.
So my companions, now that we are here and we all feel pretty good, we of course, just to remind you, we are here to look for an armorer, an elven armorer known as Rist, and he may know the next steps for us finding the armament of Dawn. But what else do I got here? Yeah, that's like our primary goal here. That and training. But of course,
and we're meeting up with our pirate buddies, right?
Yes, Captain Ransom. Right? Is it Ransom?
Ransa.
Rancid? Ransa.
Ransa.
It's been so long.
Ransa. Yeah.
I missed that old troll. He was a troll, right?
Yes, he was a troll.
Okay.
And his his orc and troll butt, the sailors who you first met.
Yes. Just delay him long enough so he doesn't blow up the ship.
Yep.
Did it.
That's only slightly less likely than it used to be. But still possible.
Absolutely.
Very. Especially with some of the stupid things he may be trying later on. But yes, so...
By later on, he means 5 minutes from now.
So should we... What time of the day is it when we get here?
It is dusk, I'll say.
It's approximately now o'clock.
Yes, well then it seems that shelter is the immediate goal that we must achieve here, my friends.
Yes.
Let's we'll nab a passerby or even a town guard, a care guard, if we can find such a person. You there? Yes, I'm talking to you, good sir.
First off, haven't you answer that? You notice it just looks like some scrying fishermen, but
we're looking for we're here new to your care. We're looking for a decent place to stay. One
Point us towards the tavern cave, please.
Yes. Is there spots inside the old care, or is there a new structure here that would accommodate 3 land travelers such as us?
He kind of looks you over, looks at Kaja a little bit longer than you other two.
Thumbs up.
Just that awkward
tails up.
But he looks you over and just we may have a thing. At least 2 of you will fit in here. Slowly turns to look at Grigori.
Grigori returns to look rather confused.
We're not talking about a riverboat, sir. We're just an inn would be fine. Where's your local public house? How about that? Let's make it a little bit easier on you. You've clearly had a very, very busy day.
I can take you to the place. Follow. And he starts wandering off towards the care.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll follow him.
Sure, yeah.
This,
Kundar, are you in the...
I was going to ask you guys if
Roll20
Roll20 fucked up for you guys.
I see that Kaja and the DMTPK wannabe are here, but I didn't see...
Mine just went pure black and won't... Let me just try closing my browser and re-going back in.
I was like, are you here?
I was there and then it went pure black on me.
Pure black.
Yeah.
So black.
I mean, it's pretty metal, so I can't really complain, but...
Yeah.
It does make it harder to use. There we go. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Okay. It's a little concerned about that, sorry.
I was too, but I didn't know if maybe the site had just crashed and it affected you guys too, so I was going to ask, but I didn't want to interrupt the discussions.
Nope.
Did it keep saves on change on me? Yep. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, I was scared there for a second. Okay. Okay.
Why? What? Huh?
Oh, my Twitch preview here started doing the loading thing. I'm like, no, not this early.
We're just getting started.
I have a section dedicated to disconnects right now. But yes. So in my notes.
Oh, like keeping track of what time they happened, you mean?
Yep. do that a lot right now. But yes, so he walks in. Dream's going strong. No worries. Thanks, Gun. Uh, he wanders just kind of in. You're able to notice as you're, meandering behind him, slow enough that you can hop off your mounts and just walk them in because otherwise they're just kind of taking a step and waiting slowly for him to move forward.
Mm-hmm.
He goes inside and looks like it's being built up into a bit of a town, but not much of one. Imagine like a military base where they try to provide some essence of life, but not enough for you to actually call it a town.
Yeah, like military base town kind of thing. Yeah.
Yep. So as you're going in, you notice there's the Tiskrang and an elven guard near the entrance. That as you're starting to get close to, and he wanders in, and he just kind of, "Hey Jim," to the Tiskrang and Tiskrang tongue. They stop you three.
Hello.
What is your business here?
Lodging. And we're here to meet a friend.
What's the friend's name?
Oh, well, I don't know. Is he your friend as well, sir?
The elf guard is actually talking to you and just kind of stared at you like, "I don't have time for this."
We just really need a place to stay. We have been traveling for a number of days, and our feet and our eyes are tired, and we have dust in our throats and aches in our back, and we would very much like to just sit down and rest. And this Jim, I believe you called him, he is taking us to what passes for a tavern in your lovely care. Yeah.
He's looking like, "Fine. Where'd you come from, anyways?"
Well, we've actually been wandering around quite a bit. It kind of goes with my name, as a matter of fact. Wyland the Wanderer is who I am, and these are my two companions. We've been traveling about a number of different places across Barsaive. Most recently, we've come from, our own care, to be honest with you. Care Airmore, which is, quite a ways away from where we're at right now. But, yes. Does that answer your question? Oh, good.
You're giving us that irritated drumroll monkey look right now.
That's actually, good sir. That's kind of what I was. But I'm bumped. That's kind of what I was.
We told you you'd be needing that thing tonight.
I didn't set it up. I'm saddened by that, but yeah. But
You probably already wanted to use it twice during my earlier speeches.
he just kind of gestures you and says, "Go in. Don't start shit, or else we'll have words."
I feel that there's probably not going to be any real shit that we feel like starting, to be honest with you. As I said, we are quite tired, and we're looking forward to resting our heads in a nice, reasonably comfortable bed. It beats the trail, you know?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, yes. Plus, we'd be remiss if we didn't buy our new friend here, Jim, a good meal for his efforts that he's putting forth here and being so kind and generous. Giving us a very good. He's succeeding in his first impression talent test with his care, and we're very happy about that. And as I see that you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, we're just going to go this way.
Wow, this guy.
Lead on, Jim. Everyone here in this town is tired.
Clearly understands how Grigori feels half the time around Wyland. Just by the look on his face.
Oh, I see you're still talking. Well, I've got to hit that 3/4 mark. Here. Gun put me under a lot of pressure.
Some people say that there are people who are prone to rambling, but others just like to call it the gift of gab.
But yeah, so he just kind of lets you in and just goes back out to staring out. Just like wait for you all to go in. Just looks of. That's all you hear from him as you pass.
I see these people are either they're very tired at the end of their day, or they're just rather Unenthusiastic fellows.
Oh god. But so do a perception check if you guys want to.
Ooh, dice rolling. Cool.
Always. And how much do I notice? No, not bad.
Let's see.
Eight's pretty good.
8, yeah, okay.
For once.
Especially as a base stat roll.
For once.
Hey, 11 brothers. Woo!
Woo! Wait, are we getting it right, Sloan? I'm not.
There, yeah, this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're forgetting that the layout flips me for some reason. Or no, it's Skype that's right. It's Skype that flips me, and then the layout flips it back.
There, I have it set up now that I can open
Skype
and
is
start
weird.
it.
Yeah!
Hopefully.
I think my favorite thing when it comes to these windows is when you walked Dakota off the screen. That was that even thinking about it now still makes me laugh.
I like Gun's follow-up point there.
The monkey's expression everyone after 5 seconds of meeting Wiley. Okay. You guys are able to
He
look.
can't be charming if he can't just go on and on.
True.
At first, he's a little. It's an endearing sort of charm, isn't it? But okay,
See, I'm irritated, but also bemused at the same time.
it grows on you, type of thing. At least for
It does.
Kaja. I don't know about Grigori if it grew on him yet or not.
Oh, I don't know about Grigori, but I like it.
But okay, you guys do really well. You're able to notice everything. You notice it looks like they're basically doing what you may have read about books of military formations and making sure areas are kept in check, that there's regular patrol done by guards there, but there's also some small shops. You notice there's some younger families there. You do notice there's a lack of everything but the Skrangan elves.
Really?
There's a
Kind of
few,
specialized, yeah.
a few like humans and trolls and an orc or two.
I think a number of cares ended up doing the same sort of thing, where they tend to be like 90% of the care is one or two races.
But you're saying it's predominantly not elves in Tuskrang?
No, it's predominantly elves. and
Prominently
Skrangan.
is.
Oh,
It
is
is.
okay.
It is.
He's
I'm
saying if you're not
misreading.
an elf or a lizard, you're very rare around here.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Well, and that's also kind of
And
what
look,
we.
I'm traveling. I'm the one that's traveling with an elf and a lizard, and I'm not one, so I'm the weirdo
Yeah,
here.
that's true.
Uh,
Here,
More so than just even before I talk. I mean,
But with your roles, especially Grigori and Wyland, you're able to notice there's two places in here that seem decently upkept and, like they've been fixed whenever something happens.
like somebody actually gave a damn about them. Yeah.
Yes. One is the forge, where the blacksmithy is, and another one is the pub / barracks setup they have there.
Ah. Actually, it reminds me
I
of
think
something I was gonna bring up that Kaja might be interested in is to remember that there are weaponsmith services that you could potentially purchase in towns to have your existing sword temporarily improved.
Ooh, I have to buy things to revive everyone.
Yeah, that's a couple more last chance solves is priority 1. But I mean after that.
Yeah.
The fact that you guys spent like a week in that goddamn cave.
No, it was like 3 days. It was 3 days.
Oh, you should have spent a week down there just to make sure you didn't die.
I wanted
Well, we
to,
could-
but Waylon rolled this fucking shit right.
No, we had to spend that much time after dying, not before. We were in
Yeah.
perfectly good health when we went in, and we got just annihilated anyways.
Yep.
30 fucking poison damage. Eat my ass.
Oh my god, the rolls
that's
were
basically
insane.
what that poison damage did. It totally ate his ass.
It did from the inside out.
Yeah. I was poisoned by Taco Bell. We shall let's go to this pub type place.